Today I'm reviewing one of my go-to lenses for interviews, the Sony 50mm 1.8 aperture. This lens has been a key part of my setup, especially when I need to capture clean, crisp, and professional looking interviews, and I'm going to explain why it pairs so perfectly with my Sony a7S III. When it comes to interviews, the most important thing is to make sure the subject looks great and stands out from the background. The Sony 50mm 1.8 does just that. Its 1.8 aperture creates a beautiful, creamy bokeh, which helps to separate the subject and give a cinematic look to the footage. Shooting wide open at 1.8 allows me to create that shallow depth of field, making the subject the clear focus of the frame. This is especially useful when I'm filming in locations that might have distracting backgrounds, and it helps to blur everything out and keep the viewer's attention right where it should be. I usually pair this lens with my Sony a7S III, shooting in 4K to make sure I get the highest resolution possible. The 50mm focal length is ideal for interviews because it provides a natural perspective without distorting the subject's features, and it's versatile enough for both close-up shots and slightly wider compositions. The combination of the 50mm 1.8 and the Sony a7S III's low light performance is a huge advantage for me. Often I'm shooting interviews in less than ideal lighting conditions, but thanks to the 1.8 aperture, I can still capture bright, sharp images without having to crank up the ISO. This means less noise and cleaner footage even when the lighting isn't perfect. Whether I'm shooting indoors with just a few lights or outdoors in natural light, the 50mm 1.8 delivers consistent, high-quality results. I don't have to worry about bringing a ton of extra lighting gear, which makes setting up for interviews a lot faster and easier. Another feature I love about this lens is its autofocus. It's quick, accurate, and smooth, which is essential for interviews. If my subject shifts a little or makes a sudden gesture, the lens adjusts focus seamlessly. Paired with the Sony a7S III's excellent face and eye tracking capabilities, I can stay focused on the conversation without having to worry about losing sharpness. And one more thing, this lens is super lightweight and compact, which makes it easy to carry around and set up quickly. I can throw it in my bag without adding much bulk, which is perfect when I need to move between locations or set up multiple interviews in one day. Overall, the Sony 50mm 1.8 is a fantastic lens for anyone looking to shoot interviews. It's sharp, fast, and delivers that beautiful cinematic look that makes interviews feel professional and engaging. When you pair it with the Sony a7S III, you get an unbeatable combination for clean, high-quality footage. So if you're in the market for a solid, affordable lens that excels in interview settings, I highly recommend the Sony 50mm 1.8.